This is all about taking what's in the head and in the heart and allowing it to show forth through our hands. So that when we leave here, we just don't know good things. In our heart, we don't just feel good things, but that we can leave here and do what Micah 6:8 tells us to do, which is to do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly. And in essence, that's what the Senior Thesis Project is about.
The one thing I definitely remember about the hiring process of Steve Whitaker was he was head and shoulders above every other candidate that we looked at. And I remember mentioning to my wife that I think we got the best guy that we could find.
I was very impressed by the energy that he brought, obviously the experience that he had had up to that point in time, and we were thrilled to have the opportunity to have someone like him interested in TFA.
You know, as a veteran teacher at the First Academy, I've been here since some of the earlier days. And they were wonderful days of beginning and starting the growth of the school. But we really saw a real spike when Dr. Whitaker came. The growth of the school in terms of its academic commitments, the growth of the school in terms of its spiritual formation values. And one of the first initial moves that he made that was really sound was he added a phrase called that we are a Christ-centered college preparatory school. Because the name of the First Academy doesn't necessarily communicate that. Most of the time the word Christian is in the name of a school. And so we added Christ-centered. And I thought that was really wise because we have always wanted to be Christ-centered. We've always wanted to be a strong academic school. And a lot of those things really wind up circling around what this Senior Thesis Project even is.
And the whole idea that Dr. Whitaker had brought me in on or wanted to explore was the idea of having an elite focus of study for the portrait of a graduate. What does a TFA student come out of the institution having learned?
When I was hired, they actually had the idea already that they wanted to do the Senior Thesis Project, and they asked me if it would be possible for me to kind of start something. And so we started rather small, like with a shorter paper. There was always a presentation and a written component, but we had this vision for a bigger thing that literally did come directly from Dr. Whitaker.
100 years from now, nobody's going to care how much Latin a student knows. However, their relationship with Christ is formative, it's essential, it's the thing. And so this whole looking at the portrait of a graduate, looking at what does a graduate look like at First Academy, I think the rising tide lifts all boats.
I've really appreciated Dr. Whitaker's leadership at the school in many ways, and I think the Senior Thesis Project is a great illustration of what he has done on campus for the community, for the students, and for us teachers. Coming together in the Senior Thesis Project, I think this is a good honor for Dr. Whitaker because it represents what he was trying to accomplish on the campus and through the lives of our students.
He has a heart to drive the spiritual formations, which makes it a very unique situation.
Steve has done many great things here, but the one thing that I would point to is that he has set goals. And then he has set a process to reach those goals. And last but not least, he has actually followed his plan to reach the goals. And many times it's easy to get sidetracked. He doesn't get sidetracked.
He makes you a better person, honestly, really makes you up your game in whatever the involvement is. So he encourages me to be a better person.